Hey folks, I am Brian Latimer, and today I'm going to talk to you on a subject that I'm super passionate about: how to be a safe boater, how to avoid underwater obstructions while boating. It's something that we don't really talk about that often, but it is absolutely important to understand how to drive a boat and avoid underwater obstructions. Before we start this conversation, it's very important for you guys to know your water. The purpose of knowing your water is very simple. If you collide with any kind of underwater obstruction, it's very dangerous for not only you, but it's also dangerous for the passengers in your boat and the people around you. Other thing you want to think about with colliding with underwater obstructions is the costly repairs that you can cause to your boat. Okay, now there are a few tools that you can use to help you, especially if you're on an unfamiliar body of water. One of the tools that I use a lot is just aerial images or Google Earth. I'll look at those, it'll show me the layout of the land, show me where there's shallow areas. Sometimes I can even see the Markab buoys and know where I can and cannot run my boat before I even put my boat in the water. Secondly, I like to use my fishing locators. The GPS on our units today, they will bird dog just about every situation that's out there. They'll show me where road beds are, they'll show me where islands, high spots, humps, marinas. You can get a lot of information just from your fishing locator about where you can and cannot run your boat at safely. Lastly, seems obvious, but you got to pay attention to the marker buoys that are around where you are on your body of water. There's shoal markers, there's the channel markers, there's marina markers, there's slow and no wake markers. You want to pay attention to those and look for them, because that's going to oftentimes tell you where you can operate your boat safely. When you're out here on the lake, there's a few markers that you really need to be aware of when you're out here. Number one of the most important ones that I think of is channel markers or channel buoys. Typically a channel marker is going to mark the deepest water in that area, and it's typically safe from obstructions, and it's a place that you can run your boat at speed with no problems at all. Secondly is no wake buoys. No wake buoys are typically a place where you have to set your boat down and you want to run it to where it's at least 5 miles per hour or less. The reason for no wake buoys is typically it's going to provide a place where everyone can operate their boat safely in a congested area. That may be a place like a marina, a boat ramp. Sometimes it's even a place like a bridge. Those no wake buoys provide safety for everyone around because they're going to make everyone slow down. You know, if you go slower, you're almost always safer. The other marker buoy that you should pay attention for are shallow water markers or shoal markers. These are places where it is not safe to operate your boat at speed. You want to come off plane and go as slow as possible and or avoid that area altogether. They could be underwater obstructions such as just a high spot, it could be rocks, it could be an underwater bridge or road bed. When you see that marker, typically they have a bright coloring on them, whether that be orange or red. Set your boat down, idle through it, and or go the other way, go around it. Avoiding the shoal markers or shallow water markers is very important to operating your boat safely. Before you go boating, make sure you study your water first. Become familiar with it. And when you're out there on the water, pay attention to your surroundings, know your marker buoys. That will ensure that your fishing trips and your boating trips are fun, safe, and enjoyable.